Alright, hi everybody, it's Bonkai922. Okay, now, this is going to be Bleach. Sorry about this in my head. Bleach, chapter, what was this one? 533. This one, well, I did a thing with Guru. I did a podcast with Guru, Philly Boy, a few people from Shonen Knights, Irvin, Game on Cloud 9, and Zoro about Bleach chapter. So you guys want to go check that out. This chapter was a mixed bag. I mean, well, not mixed bag. This was this chapter was really quick, like really, really quick. Now, personally, this flashback's been going on for a while, and it's going to continue to a certain extent. Now, I'm probably giving this a 3.5 out of 5 because, well, not a lot of shit happened. Not a lot. I mean that honestly. We basically had the beginning with Aizen and his gang, and and the Hollow, and we see that Misaki shot it, and she killed it pretty much, and the explosion happens, and Kaname says this self-destruction, no way. And then Misaki realizes that Isshin got hurt. And he's saying that's going to leave a mark. and he says, "I'll never let this down. Captain getting saved by a girl." And then she says, Misaki's basically telling him that, it was I who was saved by you. Basically saying, if you hadn't taken the blunt of the explosion, then I would have. And he's saying, you scratch my back, I scratch yours. And he asks her, saying that, you defeated him single-handedly, Miss, who are you? And she's thinking to herself, how she should respond to him. And if she finds out she's a Quincy, what was she going to do? What is he going to do? And she says her name, Misaki Kurosaki. I am a Quincy. He says, I see a Quincy. It's the first time I've seen one in the flesh. So this was the aftermath of the fight, more or less. And, not a lot of stuff happened in this chapter. I mean, this flashback has been very... Listen, I'm not going to honestly state that this flashback is being done badly, but the beginning of it is slow. It's like Kubo is trying to, kind of pick up steam in a way, if you will, and he's saying, and that's what he's pretty much doing. So this chapter was pretty slow, and it was pretty fast. So that's probably why some people aren't liking it. But basically, what happens here is Isshin saying that it's quite a special feeling seeing a Quincy, and Misaki is thinking, is this how a Shinigami are? Maybe I'll like this. It'd be so great. If so, that'd be great. And she says, saying that Auntie and Ryukin would approve, and then Ryukin says, let's go, Katagiri. Misaki's safe and sound. She's not in danger. Okay, yes, understood, master. Now, we go back to Aizen and Kaname and Gin, and he's saying, this is a failure, to go holification, but it actually managed to achieve its final form, but because of that, Quincy is a failure. It was our original plan to holify a Shinigami. What a failure. And Aizen's saying to him, you're seeing the cup half empty. It may have diverted from our initial objective, but can also be said that we've exceeded in our first objective. Let's think of it as a happy accident. Now, in our wildest dreams, could we achieve predicted such an outcome? Fascinating, he says. And he's like saying, the hollow manufactured from the dead Shinigami chose to target a polar opposite of itself, a Quincy. Wouldn't you like to see how the story unfolds? And then we see the title page 533, Everything But the Rain, OP6, The Gravitation. And then after that, we get Isshin in front of Yamamoto and the captains, and he's initiating his report. And Yamamoto's basically telling him, oh, even though you went out without permission, I will excuse you this time because of the fact that you prevented other lives from being lost. And then we have a little one-liner from Mayuri, and he says, oh, but you failed to bring back a specimen and everything. And he bows and says thank you. And he asks him, Yamamoto asks him, is there anything else that you want to... Is there any further things you want to add to your report? And he says, no, there's nothing else. And then we go to Misaki. She's at school. And she's wondering if he got back to the Soul Society okay. You know, that whole thing. And she's saying I should have at least asked for his name. And then he's thinking about her. So the rumor were true that the Quincy's were alive. She saved me as Shinigami, even though she's being a Quincy right to my face. She's got a brass pair. They don't make them like her anymore. Would have been nice to talk to her for a little bit longer. If I run into her again, I'll be sure to give her a token of my gratitude. So you see this happening right now. And I was talking, this guy Philly Boy, I don't know if anyone knows him. Philly Boy, he's part of the Shadow Knights. He did not like this. He feels he's not on board right now with this. And I can understand that. Because the fact of the matter is, this chapter and last chapter, and, you know, happened really quick. But you have to give this time. You have to give this time. To a certain extent. But yeah, I'll agree. The reason I'm giving this a 3.5 out of 5 instead of like a 4, because there wasn't really much in this chapter. But you see this happening, this kind of romance happening between Isshin and Misaki, this kind of Romeo and Juliet, you know. He's a Shinigami, she's a Quincy, you know, the story, you know, the whole bit there. And then the rest of the chapter, you see her friends, oh my god, her one friend, this friend needs to, seriously needs help, because you can't do that shit. That's not gonna fly. That's seriously not gonna fly. And her one friend, which I believe her name is, I'm trying to find her name, Kanan. So Kanan's basically saying about her every day, definitely be exciting, saying that, oh, you live in the same roof as Isshin senpai, don't you? I already told you, she challenged my cousin. Besides, I don't look at him like that. That's right, even if they were cousins, he's not Misaki's type. And her friend says, oh, you bet your ass I'm going there. Even if Ishida senpai were my cousin, I'd gladly play with his joystick. Kubo, come on, man. You know, just, no, man. Why are you bringing that gutter talk in here? But yeah, that's what she says, and, you know, and she say, oh, put soap in your mouth. And then she hits something, Misaki. She hits Kisuke. Yeah, bumps into him. And she says, I'm sorry, it's fine. Are you okay, miss? Hey, Misaki, is everything all right? Yeah, I'm okay. Now, during that exchange, it tells me that Misaki's the only person who saw Kisuke, right there. Her friends didn't see her. Her friends didn't see him. So, he's obviously invisible to them. And then it says, a chance encounter with Urahara, and that's where it ends. That's basically where the chapter ends. Now, 3.5. Unfortunately, this was a 3.5. Listen. Among the big three, I'm going to say that Naruto and One Piece were better. And then listen, we're gonna get a lot more details with this flashback coming up. You know, coming up. There's gonna be more details revealed, more things revealed. We're gonna get the whole shebang and the whole incident that whatever happened here. This whole incident, whatever this brings out, we're gonna get the full story with it. But this chapter was pretty fast. Not a lot of shit happened. So yeah. That's why I'm giving this 3.5 out of 5. Now, next week there's no Naruto, but we'll probably get Bleach next week. And hopefully we get more details behind whatever this is. So, yeah, look forward to that, people. Give or take. But overall, I'm only giving this 3.5 out of 5. It was okay. It wasn't anything special. The Kisuke thing alludes me to think that, oh, he's going to get involved now. But that's another thing to think about. Kisuke, Isshin, Ryukin, that whole relationship between Isshin and Ryukin and with Kisuke, that's going to come into fruition greatly to a great deal. And we're going to get into that. Now, excuse me. The thing that I think Philly Boy, you know, we're talking about Philly Boy here, was going in on, he was going in on Misaki's personality, that it's not really shown. And that's true. No, I'm going to agree with him here. That's absolutely true. It is not there, but give it time. We should give Kubo the time he needs to build this shit up. It's only been 2 chapters. Let me just make sure of this. I would make sure it right now. Make sure right now that I am correct on this and I am not wrong. Yeah, it's like been 3. It's been... No, scratch that. Yeah, it's only been 3 chapters. Only 3 chapters. It hasn't even been... Only 3 chapters besides this one. And majority of those chapters were the fight. Was the fight. With the Hollow. So there. Rarely we had any exposure with Misaki. And the only exposure we had was with Ryukin. So until we get the full outlook, the full picture of the situation and where this is heading to, you can't really outlast and say that this flashback is a big pile of dog shit. Not yet. We have to give this some time. But we will see how this goes. I mean, like I said, I'm giving it 3.5 out of 5. Not a lot of stuff happened. And Kisuke was there. Kisuke was the big moment. Kisuke and Aizen. Damn, Aizen. Saying, there's always a silver lining. The guy who last week's chapter was like, he saw Misaki, he was like, let's see what happens. Oh, I'm getting a hard-on for Misaki. Yeah, that's what it seemed to be like, man. He's just like getting a fucking hard-on, man. Chill. But, yeah, and that's pretty much what happened. So, yeah, this has been Bankai 922. I will see you guys later. This was an okay chapter. We'll see what happens next week. Hopefully next week has more action, has more intrigue, you know, with this flashback. And, yeah, and that's what I got for you guys. So, yeah, this has been Bankai 922. I'll see you guys later. One Piece. Kamigakiru. And Crime Match. That's it. So, yeah. Look forward to those.